Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about kind of a massive sell-off that we saw yesterday for a very weird reason. Basically, some Chinese AI came out and it freaked everyone out. Tech stocks sold off, and yeah, that's what we got going on. I was able to open up some leverage trades somewhere near the bottom. Thankfully, Bitunix's new mixed margin mode. Basically, I have so much spot in here that I can't get liquidated. So even though I'm down like freaking thousands of dollars on some of these trades. Now I'm down $6,000 on my SPX trade, but thankfully, you can see I'd have to go. My estimated liquidation price is 0.0073. My big Bitcoin trade, it says it's not even possible for me to get liquidated. A little bit earlier, it said my liquidation price was like $3,000. So I'm loving this new margin mode on Bitunix. If you want to sign up for Bitunix, use the link below. You get a big discount on fees. It's amazing for leverage trading because I probably would have been liquidated if this was, using the old mode. But no risk of that anymore. Anyways, enough of that. Let's talk about what's going on here. So why did the Chinese AI crash Bitcoin? I asked this question to Grok to help understand what's happening here. So basically, DeepSeek is a new Chinese AI startup, launched an AI model that was seen as a direct competitor to ChatGPT and even Grok. This launch caused a stir in the AI sector, leading to a sell-off in tech stocks, particularly affecting companies like Nvidia, which saw a significant decline in stock value due to fears of losing market share or technology lead. These are often correlated with cryptocurrency performance. So that was one of the problems. And market sentiment, the introduction of DeepSeek's AI model, which was developed at a fraction of the cost. This, I think, was the big thing here is, the amount of cost that they were able to develop this AI led to concerns about the overvaluation of US AI stocks and tech stocks. This negative sentiment spread to cryptocurrency market where Bitcoin, being closely tied to tech and innovation sectors, experienced a downturn. The panic and subsequent liquidation of leverage positions made the price drop worse. Okay, over $850 million in leverage positions liquidated, and it fell below 100K. So the effects were not just limited to AI and tech stocks. The NASDAQ 100 futures saw a significant drop, and the broader market reaction influenced the crypto markets, where Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies often follow trends in traditional finance, especially during times of high volatility. So fear and greed, also still in greed for some reason. Yeah, in terms of Bitcoin, I would say that's okay. Bitcoin has held up very well. Altcoins have been absolutely hammered and hammered and hammered and hammered for so long. But anyways, now let's look at the price and what's happening here. So yeah, we kind of lost our higher low structure. You can see we have a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. And then we broke through this. We retested this line here, slowed down a tiny bit, and then went all the way back down to this original line. So if I go to like the 4-hour chart, you can see we retested this line. And honestly, I think that's really bullish because a lot of times you'll see this, right? You'll see this, lower high structure, and then we'll go way past it. You can see we made a new all-time high, and then we came all the way back down to retest this structure. And you can see it has flipped from resistance to support. So that's good news. I think this was just another kind of flush out. This was kind of like a black swan event almost. It was kind of like the yen carry trade stuff, except for this one is kind of even more ridiculous. I mean, let's be real. It was just like fears that an AI came out that's going to hurt all the tech stocks. You can see the S&P 500 in the pre-market is down quite a bit. Now it's 9:15. The market opens in 15 minutes. I have a feeling the direction is going to be up, but that may not happen. We could continue to sell off if people are still worried, or you'll see people step in and just continuously buying because everything's down. So that was about a 2.3% drop at the moment. Now, I don't know what the pre-market was a little bit earlier. It might have been bigger. We had this big sell-off, 3%. So smaller move than on December 24th, the day before Christmas. But yeah, so MSTR, I'm sure will sell off a little bit as well. FBTC going to sell off as well. Ethereum, it's a pretty big sell off for Ethereum. Ooh, 7%. Ouch. So yeah, we definitely are seeing some pullbacks in the market. Whoa. Didn't mean to do that. We're definitely seeing some pullbacks in the market. So yeah, ETH came down. It did perfectly retest this 50% level. So that's good for ETH. We did not break below that $3,055. You know, we almost retested the $3,000, but again, that's technically still a higher low for Ethereum. So Bitcoin, we can't say the same, right? I guess we can. I guess it's kind of the same time frame if we look at it here. So, okay. I guess, you know, this is the smaller, shorter term, you know, higher lows that we were forming. So we still have this much lower low right here. Okay. So we still haven't broken that. So I guess it's very similar to, you know, of course, these prices always correlate very well. I mean, if you look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, literally anything, Binance does not hold really the same correlation as a lot of the other assets. It's kind of interesting, at least in what I've noticed, is the charts look very similar for a lot of these coins, but for some reason Binance not as much. I don't really know why, but you do kind of see similar trends in a lot of them. You'll see them all go down at the same time. I think it's just a lot of automated trading bots that kind of trade between them. But anyways, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. We'll have to just kind of wait and see what happens. It may just be a case of, you know, we're just waiting for the Fed to talk on Wednesday. So we do have the Fed coming to talk on Wednesday. Where's Bitcoin? What's happening here? Futures. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We do have some Fed. I guess it's on this calendar here. So we have, we have durable goods coming. Is that today? Is today the 28th? Tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow we have that. Wednesday, I think this is going to be the big one. Fed press conference and interest rate decision. Now, there's going to be a lot of pressure from the current administration, Trump, etc., to lower interest rates. He said it. He said, I want the Fed to lower interest rates. He said this. So there might be some pressure to lower. However, it's up to the Fed. I don't think the president has any power to push this decision on the Fed. So we'll see what happens. If the interest rate stays the same, that's probably fine. That is probably the most likely scenario. If they do drop the interest rate, that is good for Bitcoin and risk assets, right? I've said it many times, but when the interest rate goes down, people are less likely to hold bonds. So that means they're going to have to get into riskier investments to see returns, right? And usually that's great for risk assets, especially altcoins, right? So you have quantitative tightening still happening from the Fed. If they were to say in this meeting that they're going to loosen up on their quantitative tightening and go into quantitative easing, you would see, I think, a massive response from the altcoin market. Now, we're kind of at the mercy of a lot of things happening here. You want the interest rates to go down, but you also don't want to be cutting interest rates into a economic collapse or recession. That's bad news. So you kind of have to like thread this needle of, you know, we need a cut, but not a massive cut. And, you know, we're just going to have to hope that that happens. So that's pretty much all I have today. I just want to talk about what caused this crash. I did pick up orders at the bottom. As I said, if you do want to use Bitunix, use my link in the description below. It's a great exchange. I have put more and more money onto Bitunix to trade with. I love their new mode where you can basically use any spot in your margin account towards margin, you know, in your futures account. So it's amazing. I'm down on a lot of trades. I did open some trades up closer to the bottom, which are doing okay. They were up a lot and they're actually pulling back again now. So yeah, we got the market open in 10 minutes. I was up a lot. I could have closed these, but I still think we're going to rebound from here. I don't think we're going to just continue to drop. I guess one other thing I should just show real quick before I finish the video is the others market. So we did tap this same support line that we've tapped 4 times now. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the others market, excluding top 10. So this is the smaller altcoins, not including the top 10 big altcoins and not including Bitcoin or stables, etc. So you can see we did come down and touch this and we have pulled back up. So as long as we see a nice return after this, and we just need to get above this line. Same for basically everything. Almost all these assets are following these same lines. So SPX is kind of a funny one. I've been trading SPX a lot. This one has tapped this line, no joke, like 10 times now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, really 11 times now. So it's been being held down by this this undefeated line right here. Let me make it red. Look at that, boy. It's been undefeated. So if we can get it back above these, I think a lot of assets are going to be doing good. TARS AI is at a huge discount. I'm really bullish on this one as well. AI got hammered, of course, because of this news. So this is a good buying opportunity for that one. You can also get it on Bitunix along with SPX. So that's it. Have a great day, everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and have a great day. See you guys.